Hey, good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm Pawas from the city of startup Bengaluru. In your groups, friend circle, organization, you all are talking about AI and how AI is disrupting either your work, your projects. As you start building agentic AI products and projects, I would definitely want to remind all of you that risk management is a key component to the whole life cycle. As all of you know, when you create a project management plan, there are various sub plans which gets created, and one of them is risk management. Why I'm talking today? I've observed many delivery managers, leads, project managers have stopped using or creating a risk management plan. The risk management plan slips through the cracks. And there are various reasons to it. We will talk about a real time experience which me and one of my colleagues discussed last weekend, and I would definitely want to share that with you. Okay, so what is an AI project challenge? As you are promising big to your customers, to your stakeholders, and delivering multi-million dollars AI projects and are ready to launch to the masses, there is always a degree of risk. What if there is an issue? What if a certain scenario is not discussed or identified? The moment you identify a certain uncertainty which you have never taken care of it, there is a high risk your reputation will get hurt. A single impact could lead an impact to thousands of customers. So nowadays in 2026, the reality is many project plans, schedule, cost management plans are being created by tools, and statistics is being used for resource allocation. When these tools are being used, they often assumed the risks were known and could be fixed by padding schedule, adding money, or adding people, which is certainly not true. You and me in the delivery management space, project management space, we know not every problem could be solved by pouring in more money and more people. There are certain anti patterns which are clearly visible, and those behaviors must stop now. The urgency to start the project now, the fear of senior stakeholders causes project managers to follow the harmful anti patterns. Some of them are like padding schedule without any rationale, pointing fingers when things go wrong, shrugging your shoulders and saying, it just happened, skipping the quality checks, not building the quality management plan which needs to be there from the day one, and finally ignoring the risk until they became crisis. When I'm saying this, are you able to relate to certain projects and programs which are getting executed? And I'm observing these problems happen more often in organizations which are relatively less mature in their PMO processes and governance. There absolutely no governance. There is little support from the PMO. Proactive risk management is the solution to save your projects, to ensure your reputation is not lost. What you really need to do is you need to start early. As soon as a project scope documentation is created, as soon as the proposal is received, your first step should be to start writing your risk management plans. You must distinguish assumptions and risk. Risk mitigation plan and contingency plan must be created. Assumption must be validated. Monitor the risk continuously and finally communicate those risks to the right stakeholders repeatedly, continuously. So the path is clear. You need to integrate your risk management plan on all these sub plans what you create. Could be with the cost, it could be with schedule, with quality. Teams who treat risk as an ongoing discipline seldom fail. Even if they fail, the trust is not lost. This is what I heard from one of my friend and dear ex-colleague. They were building an AI customer support copilot that helps agent answer customer queries, summarize conversation, recommend next actions. The sponsor wants the platform launched within 6 months before the holidays shopping season. Day project comes to the execution team, it is already late by 2 months. Team created optimistic plan. 3 months to build and fine tune AI models. 1 month for testing and security reviews. 2 months to integrate with CRM, ticketing, knowledge management, and various other systems. And that's my daughter who is coming in the background. So I thought let's kind of film it together. By the way, the team did not identify any major risk which will cause an hurdle. The sponsor was happy, the stakeholders were happy. There were hidden assumptions, but nobody surfaced it out. So for example, historical support data is clean and suitable for AI training. That was an assumption. APIs from CRM and ticketing system can handle the required volume. That's another assumption. And since security and compliance have always given us the green signal because our project is urgent, this time as well there was an assumption that security and compliance will give a clearance. And during the whole process, many things started failing. The risks started becoming issues. Security and compliance want the reassessment. They wanted to do a reassessment and due diligence. The schedule shifted by a month. Customer support data had wrong label and hence it required cleanup. For reliable LLM training, the customer data needed a cleanup. They needed to relabel the data and was not fit for training the LLMs. 15 days of work identified. Plus, team have to do certain amount of rework because some of the development have already begun. The overall timelines of 6 months was getting near to 12 months. It also impacted the support team. It also impacted the user training. It also impacted the launch of the program. And on top of it, the team lost its reputation. And now someone in the senior management is finding whom to blame. Some of the lessons which were learned during that process. Biggest risks are not actually coding related challenges. They were assumptions about data quality, availability of the data, external dependencies, and compliance requirements. Identifying these risks could have prevented costly delays and rework. Everyone, I would definitely want all of you to take the risk management seriously. Treat your risk like a deliverable, distinguish risk from assumptions, create risk mitigation and contingency plan, quantify impact and likelihood, prioritize the risk that matter most, create mitigation plus contingency plans. Present risk and trade-off clearly so the sponsors and the key stakeholders could actually make quick decisions. So friends, embrace risk, build resilience. Risk management transform agile plans into resilient success. In 2026 and beyond, teams that identify, assess, and respond to risk proactively will be the ones who deliver on the big promises. There's one more thing which I would want to share. Optimism and positive thinking is good. That must be there. But it can't replace a discipline, risk management. A successful project is not a miracle. It's a string of small, deliberate decisions which we take every day. If you want to talk more about risk management and how do we enhance the success of our projects, let's talk. I would also want you to take one action right now to look at your risk management plan and review, is it telling you the right story? Thank you very much. Have fun. Bye-bye.